Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to talk to you about something a little different, and that's how to make a little something off of all that decluttering we've been doing. My decluttering journey, I've had tons of you ask me, well Irma, what do you do with all this stuff that you are getting rid of? And the truth of the matter is, most of the time I just get it out of my house pronto, ASAP. I either donate it to a local charity or I make sure to pass it on to friends who I know could use the items. Friends that have maybe said to me, hey, if you come across X, Y, or Z while you're decluttering, keep me in mind, and I do, and it goes to them. Sometimes, however, I find some really good items that I know that I can possibly sell to get a little bit of money back. Now, excuse me, I preface this all by saying that when I go into selling these items, that are items I'm looking to get out of my house, I'm not looking to get rich off the items. I'm just looking to make a little bit of money. I know that when I sell them, people might offer me less, and most of the time I'll take it because, again, I'm looking to get something out. So let me share 5 ways that I make a little extra cash by getting rid of my decluttered items. So way number 1, not looking to reinvent the wheel here, is by simply using Craigslist or other Facebook yard sale sites. Now, Craigslist is a tried and true method for me to sell items. I'd say bigger items and like slightly higher value and nicer items that I may be trying to get rid of my home. For example, a desk, or we recently sold some parts that belong to a car that we used to have and we don't have anymore. Things like that. Things of a little higher value, of a little stronger quality. I have usually had no problem selling on either Craigslist or yard sale area Facebook sites. There's tons from my area, anywhere from auto to baby to anything in between. If you just go ahead and Google your local area, I'm sure something will pop up, and that way you're able to interact with people in your local area who may be looking for something that you have to offer. Way number 2 is having a garage sale. I will say this is actually one of my least favorite ways of selling items, and that's just because I'm lazy. Garage sales require a little bit of prep work with sorting everything, pricing, making sure to have cash on hand to give change. These are things you think of when you're having a garage sale, and sometimes I just don't want to fuss with it, but it is a great way, again, to not reinvent the wheel, but to get some items sold, especially if you have a lot of items that you're looking to get rid of. Yet another way to make a little bit of extra money is to sell some of your items to consignment shops. I know that here locally there's a couple of shops especially geared towards children's items. Now, selling to these types of businesses can work one of 2 ways. You can get actual tangible cash, and for the most part that's usually if you trade in items such as, you know, if I go to a kids consignment shop, it's selling strollers or car seats or bouncers or, you know, bigger items, then I can get a little bit of cash back. Again, it's not going to be anything astronomical, but it is going to give you a little bit of a return on your initial investment if you don't just want to donate an item. Another way that you can work with consignment shops is to get store credit. So let's say you have some gently used children's clothes or items and you want to take them into the shop and get store credit because you know that that's a shop that you yourself will use to buy, you know, let's say next season's wardrobe for your children. That's a great way to not have any more money coming out of your wallet. You can just reuse what the shop is willing to give you. Way number 4 is to sell some items on eBay. Believe it or not, I've actually been able to sell some of like my children's nicer clothing on eBay for a little bit more than I'd be able to get if I were to take it into a consignment shop or sell it, excuse me, in a yard sale. A few years ago, my husband and I got married. We had bought these beautiful little suits for our sons and couldn't seem to sell them, and I actually went on eBay, listed them, and was able to get a really, you know, really nice price for those 2 little outfits. So it never hurts to look. I always look at it as I'm just going to put it up there for the cheapest, you know, whatever I think is a fair and decent price, but pretty low, because again, I'm just looking to get items out of my house. People, you know, if you've got some really reasonably priced items, people are more than happy to pay shipping most of the time, and gets stuff out of your house and it gets you a couple extra bucks. And the final way that I actually make a little extra money off of items that I'm decluttering is I have become in contact with some people in my area who are local resellers, whether they be people who own their own thrift stores or people who, we live in a border town essentially, close to Mexico, that'll buy stuff and go there and just sell items at thrift stores or wherever it is that they sell it over there. So I will actually, once I've, try to sell either at a garage sale or on Craigslist or to a consignment shop or eBay even, or if I just don't want to mess with eBay, and I want to get these items out, I'll give these people a call and they will come through and rummage through all my stuff and, take whatever pieces, and they're looking for everything essentially because they're looking to stock their shops, so they'll buy a lot more. They'll give me, a price or number that they think is fair. If I think it's fair, I say yes, sure. They take the items, and then whatever's left over, I just take over to Goodwill or to the Salvation Army or to a local women's shelter here. If not, I can have a little bit of haggling room and say, well, how about a couple more dollars? We go, but usually they're very fair, very generous. And again, I'm just looking to get stuff out of my house. So if they're willing to come here, look through my stuff, pack up the stuff, and take it with them, that's a-okay with me. And that again usually gets me a couple extra dollars in my wallet to save and not spend on other useless stuff that I may not need later. So yeah, those are just some really simple ways that I'm able to make a little bit of money on some of the items that I'm decluttering. Again, this doesn't go for all the items. The majority of the time I do just pack up my car and drop it off at a donation center because it's just easier for me to get the stuff out of my home. But if I have a little bit more time, these are just some ways that I earn a little bit of extra cash. I did want to mention that this video was inspired by a great YouTuber that I follow here on YouTube and I've been following for a couple of years now. Her name is Lydia Sen. If you want some further advice on how to make some cash off of your decluttered items, or just want to know or learn anything else about frugal living and managing money and budgeting, she is an amazing resource. So please head on over to her channel, Lydia Sen, and follow her. She's great. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!